Hello everyone, I hope you are having a beautiful day today, and I'm sending all this loving, happy energy to you on the other side of this live stream. And the topic that I am ready to dive into is healthy relationships versus unhealthy relationships. So many of us are looking for a soulmate. We're looking for that special someone to spend the rest of our lives with. Many of us are in the midst of a relationship that may either be in a state of struggle or whatever it is. You're ready to make it better. You're ready to amp it up. You're ready to experience what you've pictured in your mind as far as what a relationship should be for so long. And this is what this topic is going to be based upon. Mostafa, thank you for joining the live stream. Tracy, thank you for joining. Mama, I hope you're having a beautiful morning. Tracy says, good morning, beautiful. Good morning. Love you. Sending all the happy energy to you. So what the mindset of a person in a healthy relationship is what can I offer to my spouse? Because you're so much filling your own cup as far as taking care of your health, meeting your mental health needs, taking care of your emotions, doing things, even if it's just a small amount of time that you're passionate about every single day. When you're doing things like that, when you're singing, when you're dancing, when you're working out, when you're creating a little piece of art, whether it's just a small drawing or a simple craft, you're taking time out for yourself every day to fill your own cup with joy and happiness. So that way, when it comes to your spouse or your child, whatever relationship that you're looking to make more healthy, it just begins to overflow that joy out of you, and you're not constantly thinking in the other mindset of an unhealthy relationship. Why aren't they doing this for me? Why don't they change? Why don't they do this differently? Thank you for the like. I truly do appreciate it. Mostafa says, best coach. I always love your encouraging comments, Mostafa. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Let me know how you're doing below in the comments. I would love to know. But as we realize, relationships are all about the giving, and it's when we concern ourselves with that we just naturally begin to start receiving over that time. Something that I talk about in my book, Surrender One Marriage Testimony, is when I just started unconditionally taking loving action and saying loving things to my husband, which our marriage at that time was in an extreme state of struggle. We were separated. We had no outside evidence that our marriage would be able to heal. And through that time, I just decided, what would a loving wife, a completely happy, content wife do in this moment? And I just started sending him little messages every single day saying that, I admired him, that he was so loving, and he was an awesome father. And I would just say these unconditional statements, whether it looked like it was true on the outside or not. In all reality, those positive things exist inside of our partner, inside of our parent, inside of our child, whatever relationship that we're focusing on, those truths exist within them. But it isn't until we constantly affirm that to them unconditionally, regardless of outside, circumstances and what it looks like on the outside, it makes that bubble up within them. Everything, the negative and the positive, exist in someone, even yourself. But it isn't until you choose to see what it is that you want to see that it begins to truly bubble up to the surface. And I always say the first 90 days is the most difficult because it's everything happening under the surface. You don't get to watch the seed begin to sprout underneath the soil. So it feels the most difficult, it feels the most unnatural because you're not seeing any evidence on the outside. But if you just have enough faith to continue to take these actions and continue to affirm these positive thoughts to yourself, it will begin to invite those positive feelings within you. And that's what a healthy relationship is versus an unhealthy relationship. An unhealthy relationship is constantly asking, why me? Why this? Why aren't they doing this? Why won't they change? But the healthy relationship is in a state of empowerment. What can I do? What can I offer? How can I offer my best self to this situation? How can I improve myself to better help and feed our relationship? The most important thing when it comes to communication, as far as a healthy relationship goes, is to take full responsibility over your feelings, thoughts, and actions. Your partner does not owe you anything. Your child, your parent, your friend, they do not owe you anything. And if anything, after coming to this awareness and this awakening, it has become your responsibility to become the unconditional one in the relationship, to realize that that is what relationships were always meant to be in this human experience. It was never supposed to be limited by guidelines and judgments. It was always meant to be unconditional. And there's this tribe in Africa that still exists to this day, that when someone in their tribe is going through extreme struggles, even in the case of murder, even to that extreme in life, what they do not punish them. They bring them to the center of their tribe, which this is a very rare thing in their tribe, and you can imagine why after I go ahead and share this little story, is they bring them to the center of their village, and they all create a huge circle around the individual who is having this extreme struggle that they're going through within themselves, the inner battle that every single one of us have experienced, maybe even on a day-to-day basis. And they tell them all the beautiful, positive things about themselves over and over and over until it raises their vibration, until they see that shift within them, that happiness, that light behind their eyes. And you could see that why there would be so little negativity that would go on within this village. And it's because they're constantly choosing to see the truth within that person that exists, and they're giving it their focus, they're giving it their positivity, they're giving it their gratitude. Kim, thank you for joining the live stream today. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I would love to know how you're doing below in the comments. But once we realize, the more and more that you feed that negativity within your relationship through those negative thoughts, you're only going to be further feeding the flame and the fire of negativity within yourself and within the relationship. Because in all actuality, relationships are just a reflection of what is going on the inside of you. So once you get yourself right, once you take back your responsibility, you take back your power, you take back those excuses and turn them into reasons of why it is you can contribute to this relationship, regardless of what you are getting in return. That is when the changes and the magic truly begin to happen. I did this over the course of 6 months within my marriage, which I share more about in my book in great detail. But I did it over the course of 6 months, and there was no evidence to show that there was anything really happening. I could have quit and it would have ended, and we wouldn't have had a marriage at some point in the very near future. But I chose to push past it. I chose to walk by faith and not by sight. And I chose to see the potential within my husband that nobody else could see in the time, not even himself. He was feeling guilty. He was feeling negative. He was hurt. And a live stream that I made recently is hurt people. And there is literally nothing more true than this. Loved people, love people. So if you're constantly introducing that unconditional love into that relationship, into that individual, it is going to have to bubble up to the surface. It is going to have to manifest on the outside. It is going to reach this boiling point where it just begins to bubble over, and there will be no more containing it. You just have to show up long enough for yourself and for that individual that you have a relationship with. Abdu says, hello Abdu, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Please let me know how you're doing below in the comments. I would love to know. But this is essential. If you have a negative relationship, if you have an unhealthy relationship that you want to keep in your life, it is because you have been struggling within yourself over something within the relationship for a long time. And it's time for you to give yourself permission to let that go. So many of us want to feel righteous in our anger, and we can either be righteous in our anger or we can freely let it go and realize that it was never meant for you in the first place because it wasn't within your heart's desire. You need to check in with yourself constantly and say, is this what I want for myself? Is this what I want for my relationship? Is this what I want for my life? And this can be literally applied to anything, because essentially everything comes down to the relationship that you have with it. And it all stems from the relationship that you have with yourself. So give yourself permission in this moment to be unconditional, to let go of the negative thoughts of unhealthy relationships, of why me, why won't they change, why won't they do this. I have fully experienced this myself, and even in times, recent times, where that old thought pattern bubbles up, I recognize it instantly and I say, no, I am responsible for my feelings, thoughts, and actions. Nobody else owes me anything. The world doesn't owe me anything. My spouse doesn't owe me anything. Nobody owes me anything. I am responsible for the experience I have within this lifetime. And the moment you take back that responsibility, you are holding all the power within your hands. You become the author of your story. You become the creator of the changes that you are about to experience in your life. Sean, thank you so much for joining the live stream. I hope you're having an awesome day so far. I would love to know how you're doing below in the comments. But this is crucial for any relationship that you are trying to manifest change in. The change happens within you first. And you have to push past that first 90 days, which is why I offer my 90-day program. So if you would like to hear more about that, definitely feel free to comment below or message me. I will share in greater detail with you. But this is truth on such a deep level, and if you allow yourself to accept that, you hold the power to create huge changes within your relationships, within yourself, and within your life. Because once you make a change within yourself in this very small aspect, it begins to overflow into every aspect of your life. When you begin to improve one area of your life, it just begins to naturally manifest into the other areas of your life, into your health, into your finances. So why not? You have literally nothing to lose and everything to gain. Living life with a grateful, unconditional, loving heart is only going to manifest miracles in your life. So that is my encouragement to you guys today, is to leave the unhealthy relationship behind, let go of the excuses, let go of that victim mentality, and grab onto responsibility and power, and realize that you have the ability to improve your relationship. You have the ability to take your relationship from unhealthy to healthy, and it only is a matter of time as you consistently show up for yourself and for your relationship. Literally, before I get ready to come to a close, it took 6 months of literally no outward evidence on the outside before I got to see a huge change. It just all happened in an instant. It was growing underneath the soil the entire way, these 6 months that I share about in my book. And then there was just this moment where it all just sprouted, a huge sprout above the surface. It all changed in an instant. And within 2 weeks, me and my husband were reunited. He had a whole new mindset, a whole new view of our marriage, of our family, of how things would work out. And it inspired him in so many different areas of his life. So not only are you blessing yourself through healing your relationship, you are blessing the individual that you are in a relationship with, and it is only going to continue to inspire and motivate them into action in every single aspect of their life. It is a ripple effect, and once you cast that stone of faith and you keep feeding that with gratitude and unconditional love, the ripple just keeps going and going and going, and they are going to touch other lives, and you are going to continue to touch lives, and it just keeps going. It just keeps blessing. So that is my encouragement to you guys today. If you are not enough to heal your relationship, realize that when you give yourself permission to heal yourself and your relationship, it is only going to continue to bless others. So find it within you, find that motivation, find that inspiration, and just choose to love unconditionally as you would want to be loved unconditionally. Sam, thank you for joining the live stream. We're getting ready to come to a close. I'm sending all the happy and all the grateful, loving energy to you on the other side of this live stream. Rebecca, thank you for joining. We're just getting ready to come to a close. So if you're just now joining, thank you for the love. Please go back and watch this from beginning to end, because this is truly transformational, and it is how I healed my marriage back in 2012. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.